Shalom, shalom, shalom. Testing, testing, testing. Make sure this audio good, brothers.
Checking the audio right now. Yep, just popped up. Got a notification. Shalom, shalom. Testing, testing. Just popped up. Got a notification. Audio's great.
Good, come. All right, shalom.
Shalom.
To start this lesson, we're going to begin by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Achakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and also salutations be to the brothers out here teaching the word, all right, over Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, in all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of earth, diligently. And also shalom to a few sisters that listen and believe as well. Shalom to you all. All right.
Shalom.
We're the men from the Great Millstone Miami camp under Brother Warren with me.
The brother with Y Shapar.
And we come back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to edify the elect, our fellow brothers, Lord, and we be a part of the elect, and also to edify the rest of believers out there as well. And what we're gonna be going into in this lesson, as you can see by the title, all right, this is a message for us young brothers, episode 123, and the title of this episode is "Can't Put a Cap on the Lord's Power." All right, I'm gonna repeat the title of the lesson again, which is "Can't Put a Cap on the Lord's Power." Okay, which is a true, all right, statement, a true title. Okay, we can't put a cap on the Lord's power. Okay, can't put the Lord in a box, man. The Lord is one that will always far exceed. The Lord is one that wants us to believe in Him, trust in Him. Okay, and he gonna bless us more than you'll even imagine, man. The Lord always does it. All right, and there's accounts in the scriptures of the Lord doing that, man, which we're gonna bring out. All right, bring forth that edification, man. All right, to comfort the elect. Which, matter of fact, I'll just start off and I'll read this right quick. This is Romans chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So these different stories that we're about to get into, these things were written for our comfort, man. All right, they were written to comfort us. They were also written for us to learn from them, man. Okay, so when we're put in certain situations, we know not to do what? Put the Lord in a box, but also, but understand, all right, that the Lord, He can do anything. The Lord can far exceed. There's no cap on the Lord's power, man. It's
Right.
none at all. All right. And once again, the stories that we about to read, the accounts we about to read, the scriptures we about to read about men. All right. They back was against the wall, and guess what? The Lord far exceeded for them. All right. The Lord came through for them. All right. The Lord remembered them. The Lord did not leave them, all right, by themselves. When they called upon the Lord answered, man. So we cannot put a cap on the Lord's power. Okay?
Right.
We can't. That's why, brothers, which we're going to learn from reading these accounts once again, man. That's why it's important to have faith in the Lord. It's important to pray. Okay? We're living in a time right now, brothers. If you've been paying attention to the spirit, hey, when we pray, the Lord been answering our prayers very quickly, and it's been very potent, man, very strong, man.
Yep.
Okay, it's to the point, man. Nowadays, man, not saying it wasn't like this before, but I can speak for myself and the brother Hawaii. I can speak for him as well, and he can speak for himself as well. But me and the brother, we constantly converse, and we constantly in communication with each other. All right, and something that we've been talking about lately is like, bro, when we pray, like we know the Lord hearing us. Like it feels different when we pray now. It's just like when you pray, it's like, man, it's already done. It's like, you just gotta wait. At this point, it's just like, bro, I'm gonna just wait it out. It's already done, bro. You know, that's that faith. That's the faith that the Lord wants to have, man.
That's right.
Understanding that, hey, it's done. Casting your burdens upon the Lord. As the scriptures say. The scriptures also say, for He careth for thee. So we good, man. The Lord is known for going all out for His people, going all out for those that serve Him. Okay, and you see it in the scriptures. And these same things that we see in the scriptures were written for our learning. We're supposed to learn from these things. And what are we supposed to learn is that what? You cannot put a cap on the Lord. The Lord always gonna be there. Trust in the Lord. Believe in the Lord.
That's right.
That's why it says, and also that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, man. And we see what's in the scriptures, man. All right. They give us hope, man. They comfort us. All right. They give us hope as well. Like, man, the Lord was with this man. The Lord gonna be with me. You keep that faith, the Lord deliver you from your situation. Damn, now your faith being boosted even more. Now you're ready for the next situation. You're ready for the next trial. All right. In the next trial, you're gonna remember what the Lord did for you and how He delivered you, and that's gonna help you for what you're going through at that moment. You know.
Yep.
You got it up.
Now I was gonna add on and say, and we have the Psalms of King David. Look how King David spoke about the Lord. Look at the things that King David went through. You know how the Lord kept him, how the Lord was with him. Those Psalms are there too for our understanding, for our learning, for us to know that the Lord is with us. The Lord is going to keep us. The Lord is going to protect us. The Lord is going to provide for us. He's going to watch over us. The Lord is going to perform miraculous miracles. You know what I'm saying? You can't put a cap on the Lord's power, man.
Nope.
You can't. You by you doing that, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Right.
By thinking that the Lord's hand, or the Lord, not the Lord's hand, but thinking that the power of the Lord is limited.
Hey, let me read it for you. You can break it down.
The water.
Isaiah chapter 59, verse 1. Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear.
That's right. The Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save. There's times where we've been in situations where, we throwing up prayers, by the same time in your mind, the flesh is like, man, Lord, how the fuck you gonna get me out of this situation, man? How you gonna save me out of this? Hey, the Lord's hand is never too short to save. There's situations that the Lord saved us out of that was like, damn, man, we should have got in trouble. It should have went this way. It should have went that way, but the Lord saved us. The Lord heard those prayers that we was praying, that we was throwing up. He heard those prayers that we was praying. You know what I'm saying? And He came through. It says that neither his ears heavy that they cannot hear. The Lord hears our prayers, man. Don't feel like your prayers are not getting answered because you don't see no progress happening on the first day or the second day.
Right.
The way the Lord deals, hey, you got to work for that blessing, man. You got to work for what you asking for. If you get it right then and there, are you really going to appreciate it? Are you really going to understand it for real? And hey, there's times where the Lord will have you get it right there and understand. But majority of the time is, hey, the Lord gonna take you through it.
You gotta work for it, man. Shit. To add on to you, look at in the world, man. All right. You gotta actually work for what you want, man. If everybody knew, if it was as easy just to walk into the gym one day and just be shredded, everybody would do it, But you gotta work for it, man. You gotta work for it, and that hard work is gonna pay off, man. All right, just like in the sports world, you don't just walk on the court and just put on some fucking Jordans. All right, and then you balling like you Jordan. I put on some Kobe's. Now you balling like you Kobe. You in the Black Mamba status mentality. Thwada. All right. No, man, it takes time and it takes you going through sweat. What they say in the world, blood, sweat, and tears, man. All right, and they do these things. The scriptures say they do it for corruptible crown, but us are incorruptible, man. So when the brother said like, hey, sometimes you gonna pray, hey, sometimes you're not gonna get answer right there and then, but you gotta keep praying. You gotta keep keeping that your morale up, or your spirit up, showing the Lord that no, I did not let go. I did not give up, even though this shit ain't going my way right now. And eventually, the Lord gonna bless you, man.
That's right.
The Lord gotta bring you a gold being tried in the fire, man. If everybody could have did it, if it was easy, everybody would have did it. All right, but it ain't. All right, this truth is a hard thing, man. This truth is a thing of suffering. This is a thing of you being brought low at times. But just because you brought low don't mean you're forsaken, man. Because the scriptures say, if I may, quick precept, And we just flowing through the spirit. We just flowing through the spirit, brothers. Flowing through the spirit, man. It's not. It's uh 2 Corinthians 4. I always say Philippians. I'll be tripping, so lucky, brothers. 2 Corinthians 4:8. It says, "We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed." So, in this truth, you constantly gonna be going through hell. And like Apostle Gabar says from time to time, we have came into this truth to suffer. We did not come into this truth to laugh and be joyful and yay, candy, ice cream. No, came into this truth to suffer. The scripture said we shall bear the indignation of the Lord because we sinned against him. So we're always gonna be going through some shit. All right? We're always gonna be going through some shit. But just because you're going through it, like it says, we are troubled on every side, but not in distress. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. The Lord is on our side, man.
That's right.
The Lord is on our side in these situations. When we go through them, that's why it's important for us to pray, keep our head up, and just have faith and know that the Lord is there. He has not forsaken you, man. He didn't forsake you when you went through your last situation, right? So why the hell would he forsake you in this situation?
Exactly.
The Lord is not the author of confusion. That would be confusion, bro. The lesson, I ain't never get to it low when I get to it, whenever the Lord put the spirit upon me to get to it, man. I got a lesson in my notes going into basically, man, hey, you gotta just trust. I forget how it's worded, but it's something around the lines of basically you gotta trust in the uncertain, man. Okay, you gotta trust in the things that you just can't see.
Yep.
You don't know how this shit gonna play out. You just gotta trust in the Lord, bro.
That's Hebrews 11.
That's Hebrews 11. Come on. You don't know how, because as we get closer and closer to the end of this kingdom and in the beginning of our kingdom and Yahweh shall returning, we're gonna be put in situations where we don't know the outcome. We're not gonna know it. And being in the flesh, yes, at times like, God damn, bro, I just want to know, like, what's the next step? Sometimes it happens, But as we get closer to the end, man, and we're talking to ourselves first and foremost, we're gonna be put in situations where we're not gonna know the next step, but we're just gonna need to have faith. Even when all hell break loose, we're not gonna know none of the steps. All right, we don't know when we're gonna eat. The next time we're gonna eat, we don't know the next time we're gonna take a shower. Nothing. We don't know the next time we're gonna sleep. We're just gonna need to have full faith in the Lord, and the Lord is preparing us now for when that time comes.
That's right.
Okay. These different fiery trials which are to try us is to prepare us for the time to come, man. The hour of temptation, man. All right, Jacob's trouble. Okay. What's next? All right, yep. Quoted it a few times. I'll read it. You can break it down.
Come.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 2, and verse 10. You can really read this whole chapter, but we're just going to get right to the point because we do got to read some accounts. Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 2, verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Come. And those are 3 questions that were asked. And the answer to all 3 of those questions was no. The Lord came through every time. That's why we quoted that Romans 15:4. That's why it's important to read these stories. Because when you read these stories and you read these accounts, it's men that went through things that's like, damn, like, for example, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, being thrown into a fiery furnace. Nebuchadnezzar turned the dial up on the furnace that it was so hot that the people that threw them in there died.
Right.
Imagine you in that setting, in that scenario. You thrown into the furnace, you would have thought you would have died too, but the Lord kept you. Hey, Nebuchadnezzar said, hey, or the guard said, didn't you throw 3 in? Why do I see 4 people and one fashion like unto the Son of Man? Talking about Yahweh Shai.
Right, and how he knew that it was the Son of Man. Spirit.
Exactly.
Spirit, bro.
That's why you can't put the Lord in a box. Once you understand, when you read Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12 verse 1, it plainly and blatantly tells you the Most High's incorruptible spirit is in all things. So even in that fire, the Lord's spirit was in that fire, man.
That's right.
The fire was so hot that they should have died. The moment they was thrown in there, they should have died,
They
but
didn't
they
lose.
didn't.
They didn't lose no hair. None of their clothes was burnt. None of their clothes had a smell.
It was a-okay. And
The
then when you
scriptures,
think
the
about
scriptures
it,
actually, the scriptures actually say these things in detail as well.
exactly. And when you think about it, it's like, damn, Lord, what did you do? Did you turn the fire cool? Or was the fire like, was there like a mist in the water? Like, were they want a water bubble? What did you
Right.
do? You know, that's why you can't put the Lord in a box because, hey, you might think the Lord did this, did that, or he did this, but the Lord did something completely different than what you thought. You can't put a cap on his power, man. He is the Lord.
Right.
His title is God for a reason. Can
Right.
can you can you can you can you answer and tell me the weight of fire?
Nope.
Can you tell me the depths of the ocean?
Nope.
Can you tell me what's at the bottom of the ocean?
Nope.
Can you understand? Can you explain to me why the waves of the ocean stop at the stand and they don't go past?
Right. Right. That's a spirit. Could you humble the waters? Could you humble the proud waves? Could you do that? I know I can't.
I can't either. Could you make somebody die and bring them back again?
Man.
You cannot put a cap on the power of the Lord, man. And the men of renown, they knew that. They understood that. That's why they had that tremendous amount of faith.
That's
Because they
right.
seen the Lord perform miraculous acts in front of them. And even if it wasn't the Lord perform miraculous acts in front of them, it was passed down.
Right.
Just like these stories is passed down to us, those stories is passed down to them.
Yep.
Hey, the Lord did this for this individual. The Lord performed that for that individual. You can't put a cap on the power of Yahweh Shem Shai, man.
Can't. And the man did so much things. All right. It couldn't be contained in the book. It tells you that in the last book of John, not like towards the end of the chapter, like the last verse or something. Like John 20 or something. I think John 20 is the 20 is the last chapter. Whatever last chapter of John, it says that towards the end, like the last verse or something. But I do got a precept. This is Matthew 19 and 26. But Yahweh shall beheld them and said unto them, with men this is impossible, but with the Most High all things are possible. All right. So with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all things are possible. All right. There's nothing that's impossible with the Lord. All right, and His Son. Okay. And as you go on and you're walking this truth, all right, you start to more and more, all right, like move, all right, by this scripture, man. All right,
Yep.
real talk. You start to move more and more by this scripture, man. Because what the Lord done showed you things, you done read things. That's why it's important to read the Bible, read
Yep.
the stories. All right. That's why it's important to pray. That's why it's important to fast. All right, when you have to, when the Spirit's on you, I should say. It's important for you to lock into the Spirit because you will see the Lord work. We're not just saying these things, and we don't have no experience. We have experience, man. Okay, have the experience. Our apostles, the elders, the bishops, the deacons, they have experience. All right, the men of old that we about to read about, they had experience. Okay,
Yeah.
and their experience, the things they went through are written for us to see it, man. All right, and apply it to our walk. Okay, because we're going through similar things. All right, look at Acts chapter 12, and I'll start at verse. In fact, I'm gonna just skim through. I'm gonna just run through this. Acts chapter 12, verse 1. Now, by the time Herod the king stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church, and he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded forward to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to four quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people, which I believe four quaternions is like 16 soldiers. You know, each quaternion is like, I believe it equals four, something like that. So they just like over, so much men for one guy.
Yep,
All right,
that's
showing you that's some Edomite shit, bro.
yeah.
You know,
So
you got Jake today. So much cops for one nigga. But you was gonna say something like,
yeah, so you could basically say that's maximum level security.
all
You
right,
know, and when you read the scriptures, the scriptures is very detailed for a reason. It says for I'm a
yeah,
four.
it was 16 men. It was basically four squads.
It's there for a reason. That specific detail, four quaternions is there for a reason. 16 men. So Peter was there with 16 men. Now keep that in mind.
For one man.
For one man, 16. Remember the number 16.
Right.
You can continue reading that.
Come, verse 5. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto the Most High for him. So the church kept praying for Peter. All right. They did not go without praying for him. So he kept praying, showing you that what prayer is important.
Yep.
And when Herod would have brought him forth the same night, Peter was sleeping between two soldiers, bound with two chains, and the keepers before the door kept the prison. And behold, the angel of the Lord came out to him as a light shined in the prison, and he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, Arise up quickly, and his chains fell off from his hands.
Now, think about it. Chains. When you swing a chain or you make movement with a chain, you know what I'm saying? It says the angel smote Peter. Now thinking about it. Peter probably woke up, his body moved. The chain should have made a noise, right?
Right.
It should have alerted the guards, right? Mind
Smote
you,
him.
he's sleeping between two men. Think about it now.
Right.
It's 16 men that's there. That quartered in 16 men. He's sleeping between two men. There's a keeper at the door. You mean to tell me that the shackles didn't make no noise to wake up nobody?
But the man got smoked on his side, got punched on his side. That would have made Jake, bro. Jake be jumping out his sleeve and
Oh,
shit. What the fuck? Could have woke up somebody. The guard could have, hey, be quiet. Nobody said anything. Smote him and told him, get up, bro. Rise up quickly, and the chains fell off from his hands. Like the brother said, it's chains, and they heavy chains probably as well. You're supposed to hear some noise.
yeah. Go dangle some chains. Look how much noise it makes. So nobody woke up. Nobody heard it. Now the question is, damn. Now if you have that mindset, you go, damn Lord, like did you mute? Did you take the sound away? You know what I'm saying? Did you mute the sound of the chains?
Did you shut the ears of the men next to him, the soldiers? All right, the keeper of the door. Did you shut their ears?
Hey, did you freeze time?
Right? Did you freeze time? What did you do?
Exactly. It's so much things that make your mind wander. Like, damn, and this is the power that we serve. This is the names that we call on. The same names that the men of renown were calling on. This is the same name that we calling on. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
That's right.
Wow.
Right. Shit, verse 8, and the angel said unto him, Gird yourself and bind on thy sandals. And so he did, and he said unto him, Cast thy garment about thee and follow me.
Don't
Bruh.
footsteps make noise?
Yes.
You put your sandals on. When you put your sandals on, don't you hear noise?
Yep.
What the fuck is going on? What happened?
Man. Verse 9, and he went out and followed him, and wist not that it was true, which was done by the angel, but thought he saw a vision. So this man he don't even think this is real. Man, like, nah, bro. This ain't real, bro. I gotta be having a vision. Somebody pinch me, bro. Verse 10. When they were past the first and the second ward, they came unto the iron gate that leadeth into the city, which opened to them of his own accord. And they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him. So the angel, he just needed, the angel was sent just to get the man out of fucking jail. And the angel went on about his fucking business, bruh. Verse 11, and when Peter was come to himself, he said, now I know of a surety that the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai have sent his angel and have delivered me out of the hand of Herod and from all the expectation of the people of the Jews, man. Man thought, they thought that Peter was going to be in prison, bruh.
Yep.
They thought that was in for Peter, bruh.
Thought they was going to kill him.
Lord said, like, come on, man. Let's go. Let's go. It's lock it, bro. I'm charged. Let's go. Verse 12. And when he had considered the thing, he came to the house of Mary, the mother of John, whose surname was Mark, where many were gathered together praying. And as Peter knocked at the door of the gate, a damsel came to hearken, named Rhoda, and when she knew Peter's voice, she opened not the gate for gladness, but ran in and told how Peter should be stood before the gate. All right, and it just continues, man. You know, beautiful. All right.
It says the gate opened by itself, bro. Gate. As soon as they put up the gate open, where's the noise? Yeah, think about it. This is ancient times. The gate probably open. You probably hear the
Right.
the chains clanking and things like that. Why you didn't hear nothing like that?
The gates opened. The man made it to his destination, and the angel left, bruh. The angel just left, bruh.
You can't. Once again, you can't put a cap to the power of Yahweh Shai.
You can't, bro.
You doing that? That's doing yourself a disservice. But when you read scriptures like this, once again, and something that the captain lawyer of Miami tells us all the time. When you read these scriptures, put yourself in it, imagine it, think about it. And when a gate opens, you go open a regular gate, the gate to your backyard, it makes noise.
Yeah.
So this gate opened and nobody heard nothing. Chains fell and nobody heard nothing. You put your sandals on, you hear noise, nobody heard nothing. Damn. That should make you consider, bro.
In this truth, bro, you have to be able to believe in the so-called impossible, bro.
Yep.
The so-called impossible should be light work. That's how you gotta look at it. All right, like real talk. Yeah, I see you on that comment board, Ba. Shalom, Yabashim al Shai, Brakatah, baby.
Shalom, Ba, Yabashim al Shai, Brakatah.
What it do, Ba? Shalom, sir. Where in that Bell and the Dragon you want me to start? You said 34. Nah, you gotta start up. I know where to start. I was gonna start at 33. This is the book of Bell and the Dragon, chapter 1, verse 33. Now there was in Journey, is it Journey? Yeah, Journey, a prophet called Habakkuk. All right, Salakia, who had made pottage and had broken bread in a bowl and was going into the field for to bring it to the reapers. All right, and the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, Go carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never, keyword, never saw Babylon. Neither do I know where the den is. So you're like, man, how am I going to do that? I don't know where Babylon is. I've never seen it before. And I don't know where the den at. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon over the den. So angel said, don't worry about it. I got you. I got you. All right. But I'm right to Daniel. And Habakkuk cried, saying, "O Daniel, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which the Lord has sent thee." The Lord put the spirit upon Habakkuk to cook that food. He didn't have any intention to give to Daniel. He don't even know where Daniel was at. Habakkuk knew that, hey, the Lord wanted me to do this. He wanted me to give you some food. Here's the food that Lord sent you. Because I wasn't even thinking about you. This is what the Lord sent you. He wanted me to give it to you. And Daniel said, "Thou hast remembered me, O God Yahweh. Neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee." So this is another example of the Lord doing the so-called impossible. Habakkuk didn't know where Babylon was. He didn't know where it was, man. Okay? Man, like, how am I gonna get to Daniel? Angel grabbed him by the crown of his head, brought him right to Daniel. Give him some food. Daniel, like, damn, Lord, you remembered me. We gonna be experiencing that, man. Brothers gonna be dropping food off to us when all hell break loose. We gonna be fed by ravens when you read 1 Kings 17, like Elijah. Okay? We're gonna be eating food together, and we're not gonna see the food diminish. Like like when you read in 1 Kings 17 with the widow lady. She thought her mindset when Elijah said, "Let me get some food," she said, "Man, I only got a little bit. This is just for me and my son. We're gonna eat, then we're gonna die." Elijah said, make me some first, and then y'all take some more. Y'all take yours. And guess what? When you read the scripture, it said the what was in the cruse, what was in the barrel, all right, did not diminish, man. It stayed the same. So they kept fucking eating. The Lord is doing the impossible. All right? Can't put a Lord in a box. Verse 39. Back in that Belly of the Dragon, chapter 1, verse 39. So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk in his own place again immediately. God damn. God damn.
Right then and there. Man, I just want to make a quick point because you're talking about Elijah, being fed by ravens. Elijah trusted that the Lord was going to provide for him. But do you think that the Lord was going to feed him through birds? You know what I'm saying? Once again, you can't put a cap on the power of Hashem Yahushua. I'm pretty sure Elijah knew that the Lord was going to feed him, the Lord was going to provide for him and keep him. But I know he did not expect for ravens to come and bring him food. Can't put a cap on the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Even to Habakkuk, when men go to sleep, the Lord sealed up instruction in them. Habakkuk didn't even know why he made that food. He probably just made that food like, man, I'm hungry.
No, it said he was gonna give to the reapers, bruh. The food was for the reapers. It was not for Daniel.
See?
His intentions was, I'm gonna cook these for the reapers, bruh. They ain't for Daniel. I don't even know where Daniel was at. I wasn't thinking about Daniel when I made this food. That was Habakkuk's mindset. Man, let me finish this off, man. Belly of the Dragon, chapter 1 and verse 40. Unto the seventh day, the king went to bewail Daniel. And when he came to the den, he looked in and behold, Daniel was sitting. Then cried the king with a loud voice, saying, Great art thou, O Lord God of Daniel, and there is none other besides thee. The king had the knowledge. And he drew him out and cast those that were the cause of his destruction into the den, and they were devoured in a moment before his eyes. So those that caused Daniel to be put in the den, they was destroyed. Showing you that what? The Lord, even the Lord always gonna provide you, always gonna be there for you. And guess what? The Lord always gonna, get vengeance, man. Vengeance is the Lord's. He gonna always slide for us, man. Let's go. Let's go, bruh. Let's go. Turned up through the spirit, man.
Man, once again, can't put a cap on the power of the Lord. Think about it. We see videos of people falling in enclosure with animals, whether it be gorillas, or lions. And what happens? That animal usually pounces on that person, and that person dies, right? This man, the scriptures don't even say how long Daniel was in the whole in the with the lions for, but what it says is the lions never touched him. They never eat them. But as soon as the Lord threw the wicked individuals in there, what happened? Lions pounced on them. Just showing you can't put a cap on the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You cannot. Make it make sense. If you sit here and try to make it make sense, it's not going to make sense to you. All you could say is, damn, the Lord is cold. Why didn't the lions pounce on him? Why didn't they buy him? Why didn't they eat him? Because of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because the Lord didn't want it to happen.
Right. That's right, man. Shit.
It's deep, man. You go fall in the enclosure with lions right now. Look what they're going to do to you.
Yep.
That right there, you can say is nothing but the power of the Lord, man.
That's it, son. That's it. And for this account, brothers, y'all gotta read this whole chapter, Akim. It's nowhere really to really start in this chapter. I'm gonna try to find somewhere to start. All right, but y'all gotta read this whole chapter. If you haven't read this chapter already, man, you gotta read it. I'm gonna just leave you at that, bro. All right, because this is the power of the Lord. Okay, this is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 45. Then said David to the Philistine, "Thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. This day will the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai deliver thee into my hand, and I will smite thee and take thine head from thee, and I will give the carcasses of the hosts of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel. And all this assembly shall know that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai saveth not with sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hands." So the battle is always of the Lord. The Lord's always in control, man. It ain't us. It's the Lord that's in control.
That's
All
right.
right. King David had that confidence to say that it's the Lord that's in control. He got it. All right. You coming with these weapons and stuff like that, nigga. You coming with that? I don't need that, and I'm still gonna destroy you. I'm gonna destroy you in the name of the Lord. I'm gonna conquer you. You come with this. You come with this shit. This shit can't save you. All right. The battles of the Lord, man, and He
That's
gonna give
right.
you your hands.
And
All right. And prior to this, King David already had experience. All right. The man fucking he killed a lion. All right. A bear. All right. He slew a lion and a bear before, man. All right. Man, hey, the man knew the Lord was with him. He was young, but he was confident. All right. Leading the sheep, defending the sheep. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
hey, that's a good precept. Bob brought that out earlier too.
Yeah,
Wasn't it
I'm
Psalm
gonna
12
grab
and
all.
1?
I'm gonna grab all Bob precepts after we done with this.
It says for that incorruptible spirit is in all things, and that's right. And the Lord's spirit is in all things, man. Everything. Even to those lions, man, to the ravens that fed Elijah, to the lions that was in the den with Daniel. The Lord's incorruptible spirit is in all things. And I just want to, bring out a point too. The battles of the Lord. Hey, it talks about Goliath. His stature. You know how he was reverenced and feared. And it tells you about King David. He watched over sheep. It says David grabbed a slingshot and the smoothest rocks. If somebody come to you with a slingshot and smooth rocks, you're gonna laugh. You'll be like, man, what the hell does this guy think he's gonna do? You know what I'm saying? But he was able to slay one of the mighty men with a slingshot and a rock. You know, he admitted that the power of the the uh, the fire is in the hands of the Lord. Slakia. He admitted that. He said that, man. You know, so just thinking about it once again, you can't put a cap on the power of the Lord. This man killed a man that had armor and everything. The man of high stature. He was tall. He was big. He was gigantic. He was feared. This man was killed with a rock and a slingshot. Come on, man. You cannot put the Lord in a box. That doesn't make sense.
A giant at that. Then the man took the giant's own sword, his own sword, and cut
That
the giant's head off, bro.
doesn't make sense.
And the Philistines fled. They fled.
Cause hey, now looking at them from their perspective, man, I seen this man slaughter this. I seen this man put this and that to death. And this man, this guy right here was able to kill him with a slingshot and a rock. That'll make anybody be like, bro, what type of fucking power does this individual have? Who is this guy? Can't put the Lord in a box, man. Speaking to myself first and foremost, you can't, man. You just can't. You doing once again, you doing that is doing yourself a disservice. You're limiting the power of Yahweh Shem Shai. This is the same power that wakes you up this morning. This is the same power that makes you breathe the amount of breaths that you need to breathe every day to keep living and surviving. This is the same power that knows how many times you blink a day. Now, come on, man. Come on, man. You got it, Art.
And you brothers, once again, man, you younger brothers, all right, y'all read this chapter if y'all haven't. Read it. This is Second Kings chapter 7. Oh, chapter 6. Get this account. Second Kings 6. And start at where should I start at, man? I'll start verse 15. Second Kings 6 and 15. And when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, and hosts compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. All right. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, Smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. All right. Point being, man, Elisha prayed for the Lord to allow the young man to see, like, bro, we good. Don't be afraid. It's more with us than with them. We good. Okay? We good. You have nothing to worry about. Even though you may not be able to see it, you may not be able to see it right there and then with your carnal eyes. But you got to be able to believe that is there, that Lord God, everything is straight. We have to believe that. Okay? And this is another beautiful account, but for the sake of time, man, y'all brothers, hey, y'all got stories to read, man. Y'all brothers got some stories to read now. Get into these accounts. All right? We're gonna end it off with this, and then we're gonna grab the presets in the chat and close it out, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave that last. I want to just read these right quick since they up. All right, come on, bro. What you had, bud? Oh, you get it. Let me see. Let me see, it's all together. If I ain't closed it out, could just kept it. Luke chapter 4, verse 28. And all day in the synagogue, when they heard these things, were filled with wrath, and rose up and thrust him out of the city, and led him unto the brow of the hill whereon, right, going into Yahushua, their city was built that they might cast him down headlong. Right? They wanted to kill Yahushua, but him passing through in the midst of them went his way. All right. Shit, man, Yahushua, he had power, God. he could do stuff. Shit, he was able to do things. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, but through the spirit and power through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, through his father. Okay, he was able to do things, and we're gonna be able to do things as well, man. All right,
That's
can't put
right.
no cap on the Lord because the Lord gonna be delivering us from situations now and in the times to come. But power is coming as well, and that's been the spirit going on in Israel recently, man. All right, starting with Apostle Har on down, man. We've been going into spiritual power a lot because it's coming. All right, they want to kill Yahweh Shai. You know, vehemence is a quality of showing very strong, intense, passionate feelings. Is often characterized by great force, energy. Come, man, he was vehemency that we just read. Come, shit, the water, ba, the water, the water. I'm a one, ba. Shout out my man's, yes, sir. But we're gonna close out with this, man. Romans 8:31. And what shall we then say to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us? And that's just what it is. If the Lord be on our side, we got nothing to worry about. All right. If he on our side, like us, we, me, you, us, if he's on our side, we have nothing to worry about. Nothing. It's like in the time of Egypt, right? They were scared. They were like, oh my God, the Egyptians coming. The Lord was on their side. That's why the Egyptians got swallowed up in the water. All right. The Israelites, all right, the people of God were able to walk through dry land. All right. The dry land. It looked like two aquariums on both sides. All right. Because they were able to walk through. Looked like two aquariums on both sides. And as soon as the Egyptians tried to, they got swallowed up in the water. Because guess what? God was on their side.
Yeah.
He was on the Egyptian side. All right. Just like we just read in Daniel. All right. The ones that caused Daniel being put in lion's den. All right. The Lord was on Daniel's side. He didn't get eaten by the lions. But those that caused him to be put in, they got eaten. The Lord's on our side. If the Lord be for us, who could be against us? All right. The Lord on our side. All right. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. We ain't read it, but we quoted it, right? Hey, those men that want to go increase the fire, they got put to death. Why those men didn't get put to death? The Lord on our side. And I can just continue and keep going and keep going. All right. King David. All right. They laughed at him. Like, he a little young man. I'm Goliath. I'm gonna kill this nigga, man. The Lord made it that he prevailed over his enemy. All right. The Lord on our side, bro. He's on our side. He's on our side. He's on our side. And he's showing us that more and more. He's on our side. Okay. That's just what it is.
That's right. Even with King David, just think about it. Mentions when Samuel came to the house of Jesse, he was basically saying, don't look don't look for the stature or the size, and just knowing that he wasn't the biggest he wasn't the biggest or the tallest, you know what I'm saying? And then you reading about Goliath and you hear about Goliath and the things that he's done, just showing you the power of the Lord, bro. King David wasn't the biggest person, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it's just showing you the power of the Lord.
That's right.
You cannot put a cap on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. If the Lord wants you to do something, you're gonna do it.
Yep.
If the Lord wants you to heal somebody, if the Lord wants you to heal 3 people at the same time, you're gonna do it.
Yep.
If the Lord don't want that guillotine to cut your head off, it's not gonna cut your head off, man.
Right.
We can't put a cap on the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. And that's the whole point of this lesson, man. Sometimes the flesh gets in the way. Lord, you be like, Lord, can you really help me with this situation? Can you really save me from this situation? Sometimes it happens. It's the flesh, but you can't put a cap on the power of the Lord. Hey, you might be late on rent. They may be about to repo your car. You might be about to get evicted out your house. And the Lord have it to where, hey, you go get a scratch off, you win $10,000. Damn. What's you gonna say then? Your car went down. Now you don't have a car. All of a sudden, you see you go on the Facebook Marketplace or whatever you use to look for cars, offer up. You see a car just affordable price for the amount of money that you have, and then after that you go to get it, and you were able to get for even cheaper, man.
Right? Or you might be working with somebody at a job, and the nigga just randomly just tell you like, "Hey, I'm just selling a car." You don't even know you need a car. Nigga just say he's selling a car and shit. You know,
Yeah, you might be looking for a job. You know,
right?
the job you was working at, you know, you weren't getting paid what you were supposed to be getting paid, and they was mistreating you. Next thing you know, somebody tells you, hey, you know, I'm hiring. You know, I'm starting my own company. You
Right.
know, hey, I'll start you off at this salary. Whoa.
You get one of those random phone calls from a buddy in the world. Hey, what's up, man? You know, yeah, man, I'm just starting a business, man. And I just want to see if you want to hop onto it. Like, damn.
Yes. Hey, I know we haven't talked in a while, but someone just told me to call you and tell you I should offer you this business proposition.
Right.
Damn. No, you can't put a cap on the power of the Lord.
Nope.
Hey, that car, hey, the cop got behind you, turned the lights on. You thought he was gonna pull you over, but he moved you out the way to pull the person in front of you over.
Right.
Come on now.
Hey, man, it's so much we can say. So much. Oh, bro. Yeah, brother. But, hey, that's the lesson, man. That's the lesson right there, brothers, man. Hey, we can't put a cap on the power of the Lord, man. All right, can't put a cap on the power of the Lord, bro. The Lord is with us, and He gonna continue to show that He's with us. All right, like it says in Exodus 14:14. All right, the Lord shall fight for thee, and ye shall hold your peace. The Lord on our side, man. All right, He been showing it, and He gonna keep showing it. But it's time that we acknowledge it. All right, and confess that the Lord is on our side, man. All right, stop second guessing, talking to ourselves first and foremost. Talk to myself first and foremost. All right, we in the flesh, but you know, gotta fight. You know, so that's all I had to say. Anything you want to say, brother?
The more you acknowledge it now, the easier it will be to acknowledge it in the times to come.
That's right. Mhm. Hey man, look at the small things. Don't always look for a big picture. All right, look. Don't always just be appreciative of a big picture. Be appreciative of the small things too. All right, because you being appreciative of the small things gonna cause the Lord to bless you with big things.
That's right.
So be appreciative that you wake up in the morning and the names are still in your mouth. The spirit's still dealing with you. Yeah, you broke, but the spirit's still dealing with you. All right. At least you ain't. At least you don't got money, and you. At least it ain't. You have no spirit, but you got money. All right. Yeah, you going through hell with your baby mama. Come. Spirit's still on you. Still able to. All right. Move around. You still able to do what you gotta do. You may not want. You might not. May not be able to do it the way that you want to do it, but the Lord giving you just enough room. All right. And the reason why the Lord be doing that too, because you give Jake too much freedom. All right. Jake be like, man, I can handle it the whole time. The Lord know damn well you can't, nigga. All right. The Lord keep things away. The Lord keep you at a certain distance. All right. You just gotta appreciate that. Cause the Lord don't want you to destroy yourself. Okay. So the Lord got us, man. That's the point. So I'm gonna end it off there. Well, we're gonna end it off there. I'm gonna end up by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and also salutations to sincere brothers pushing the truth and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth there to lead. And also shalom to a few sisters that listen and believe as well. Shalom to you all.
Shalom.